Welcome to my channel, Worldwise. I bet you didn't know that one country in the Middle East has managed to resist foreign invasion for decades, even as its neighbors fell. In the last few decades, foreign powers have repeatedly intervened in the Middle East, toppling regimes in Libya, invading Iraq, and fueling Syria's civil war. These interventions redrew borders and left millions in turmoil, proving that no country seemed beyond the reach of superpowers. Yet, Iran stands apart. Despite decades of hostility with the West, sanctions and pressure, its borders remain unbreached by foreign armies. This isn't luck. Iran's resilience is rooted in its geography, a natural fortress that has deterred invaders for centuries. Look at the map. Iran is a land bridge between the Middle East and Central Asia, but it's no easy crossing. Unlike Iraq's open plains, Iran is surrounded by mountains, deserts, and swamps, natural barriers that can't be bombed away. Any invading force must first defeat the land itself, a challenge that has shaped Iran's strategy and history. Iran's leaders know their greatest defense is the terrain beneath their feet. For any attacker, war here means battling not just an army, but the climate and the landscape. This reality has allowed Iran to project influence without direct military adventures. While neighbors fell to foreign intervention, Iran's geography has kept it sovereign. To understand Iran's power, start with its land, the silent guardian that has kept invaders at bay. Geography, more than politics, is Iran's shield. The story of Iran's survival begins with the map. Iran's geography is its first and strongest defense. Imagine a high plateau walled by mountains to the west, the Zagros Mountains, a jagged spine stretching 2,500 kilometers, sealing off the heartland from Iraq. Invaders are funneled into narrow, easily defended passes, perfect for ambushes. To the north, the Alborz Mountains guard Tehran, with Mount Damavand towering above. These ranges restrict access, forcing attackers into a handful of treacherous routes. If the mountains are breached, the deserts await, the Dashta Kavir and Dashta Lut, vast salt flats and rocky wastelands with deadly heat and no shelter. Moving armies here is a logistical nightmare. Vehicles break down, supplies run dry. In the southwest, the Khuzestan plains are crisscrossed by rivers and marshes, turning flat land into a trap for tanks. During the Iran-Iraq War, these marshes became killing fields for invaders. Iran's natural defenses, mountains, deserts, swamps, form a layered fortress. There's no easy entry. Every route is a gauntlet. Any invader must conquer not just an army, but the land itself. Geography is Iran's ultimate shield. Invading Iran is a logistical and military nightmare. The climate alone is punishing, scorching summers in the south, freezing winters in the mountains. Modern mechanized warfare, so effective in Iraq, falters here. Tanks can't cross mountains, and narrow passes become death traps. Defenders, perched high above, can ambush armored columns with ease. Iran's vastness, 3 times the size of France, makes occupation nearly impossible. Even if a city falls, supply lines stretch for hundreds of kilometers, vulnerable to guerrilla attacks. History shows that conquering is one thing, but holding Iran is another. The land itself saps the strength of any invader, blunting technological advantages and exhausting soldiers. Every kilometer forward is a battle against terrain, weather, and resistance. Iran's geography ensures any war here would be long, slow, and bloody. A war of attrition modern armies dread. The land bleeds invaders dry before they reach the heartland. Occupation is a fantasy. The terrain makes sure of it. Iran's natural defenses turn every advance into a costly struggle. The nightmare isn't just the army, it's the land itself. Iran's geography shapes its foreign policy as much as its defense. The same barriers that protect Iran also limit its ability to invade others. Instead, Iran projects power through influence, supporting allies and proxy groups across the Middle East. This network, known as the Shia Crescent, stretches from Lebanon to Yemen. In Lebanon, Iran backs Hezbollah. In Syria, it supports Assad. In Iraq, it wields influence through Shia militias. In Yemen, it aids the Houthis. These proxies aren't puppets, but their interests often align with Tehran's. This strategy is cost-effective and offers plausible deniability, allowing Iran to challenge rivals without direct confrontation. By fighting through proxies, Iran keeps conflict away from its own soil. Rivals are forced to engage in messy, indirect wars on unfamiliar ground. Iran's geography dictates a defensive posture at home, but enables an offensive strategy abroad. The result? Iran shapes the region's politics from behind its natural fortress. Influence, not invasion, is Iran's path to power. Iran's geography isn't just about land, it's about water too. The Strait of Hormuz, a narrow channel only 39 kilometers wide, connects the Persian Gulf to the world's oceans. 1/5 of global oil passes through this choke point daily. Iran's proximity gives it the power to threaten global energy supplies. In conflict, Iran could disrupt shipping with fast boats, missiles, or mines. No massive navy required. Even the threat of closing the strait can send oil prices soaring and rattle economies worldwide. This is Iran's economic trump card, a deterrent as powerful as any army. Any nation considering war with Iran must weigh the risk of a global crisis. The strait turns geography into leverage, giving Iran influence far beyond its borders. The world's most important oil artery runs through Iran's backyard. Geography here isn't just defense, it's power. The Strait of Hormuz is Iran's ultimate insurance policy. Iran is a mosaic of ethnicities: Persians, Azeris, Kurds, Arabs, Baluchis, and more. In many countries, such diversity breeds division, but in Iran, Shia Islam unites the majority. Around 90% of Iranians are Shia Muslims, and this shared faith often overrides ethnic differences, especially in crisis. The government uses religion to foster national identity and unity against foreign threats. During the Iran-Iraq War, Saddam Hussein expected minorities to rebel. Instead, they rallied to defend Iran. Azeris, Kurds, and Arabs fought alongside Persians, proving unity in the face of invasion. Ethnic tensions exist, but when threatened, Iranians close ranks. An invader hoping to exploit divisions would likely face a united resistance. Shared faith and national identity make Iran's population a formidable obstacle to occupation. Diversity becomes strength when the homeland is at risk. Iran's unity is as much a defense as its mountains. The Iran-Iraq War, 1980-1988, is the defining test of Iran's defenses. Saddam Hussein, backed by global powers, invaded, expecting a quick victory. Initial gains soon stalled as Iran mobilized millions, relying on patriotism and religious fervor. Lacking advanced weapons, Iran's people became its greatest asset. Volunteers fought fiercely, often at great cost. The war devolved into a brutal stalemate. Geography and determination stopped Iraq's advance. The Zagros mountains and Khuzestan marshes turned into killing fields for invaders. After 8 years and 1 million casualties, borders barely changed. Iraq failed to achieve its goals. Iran's resilience stunned the world and forged a belief in its ability to resist any aggressor. The war proved that even a superior army can be bled dry by determined defenders on home ground. For Iran, it was a crucible. For the world, a warning: invading Iran is a costly, likely futile endeavor. The lesson endures. Resilience and geography are Iran's ultimate weapons. Iran's final defense is its sheer size, strategic depth. Major cities like Tehran lie deep within the country, shielded by mountains and distance. Any invader must cross hundreds of kilometers of hostile terrain just to reach key targets. The further an army advances, the longer and more vulnerable its supply lines become. Guerrilla attacks and sabotage would sap strength at every step. The land itself wears down attackers, draining resources before decisive battles can even begin. Like Napoleon in Russia, invaders risk being destroyed by distance and climate, not just by defenders. Iran can trade space for time, drawing enemies deeper, then counterattacking when they're weakest. Its vastness allows it to absorb blows and bleed invaders dry. Iran's unconquerable reputation is no myth. It's a reality built on geography, unity, and history. Any power contemplating invasion faces not just an army, but the land, the people, and the tyranny of distance. Iran is a fortress few can breach. The land itself is the ultimate defender. My next video. Watching now.